Right. Hello. Welcome to a bit of a random last minute and very long time since the last one episode of the EV Guys. You need to probably move in, just take it a little bit closer
over here. Here we go.
It's been a good maybe 6 months since we last put an episode. And in that time, we recorded 2 episodes, and they're great. But I feel busy when you get edited. So we figured tonight, after we've had a couple of whiskeys...
We're not drunk. We just had a couple of whiskeys.
No, you don't put alcohol and vehicles together.
No.
That we would chuck the camera on in a really simple way. No messing around, no editing. So this is pretty raw. If you see a cut, it's because he said something totally racist. And just have a bit of a chat. So, so last 6 months, what have you been up to?
Oh God! I thought you were just going to talk and I was going to listen.
No.
Well, I don't know. I drove cars. I drove lots of cool cars.
Okay. It's the best car for you of the last 6 months.
Oh, I hate that question. Okay. I think the Tesla Model 3 Performance was the most raw and is exciting and exhilarating.
Can we just say thank you to Derek Ralston, my good friend and Pocono chicken farmer?
Yes.
For letting us drive that, because Tesla sure as heck can't handle it.
No. What? Why? Why can't I get... Anyone can get their hands on a Tesla car. We've got to go through existing owners to get one. It's ridiculous.
I've got the new PR... Well, there's no PR people at Tesla. I've got the new communications contact now for Tesla.
How long have they been in the job?
I don't know.
How long will they last in the job? Every time I get a good contact at Tesla, within 3 months, they're gone. Send an email, auto response. That name is not recognized anymore.
I wonder what they said that Elon didn't like. Sorry.
Oh, hang on. What do we got here?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we have purchased for us Castle's Lucky 6 mixed pack. Because that sounded really Kiwi, didn't it? Castle's Lucky 6 mixed pack.
Yeah. I think they're from Christchurch.
Oh, no.
Stop looking at it and open one up.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. What are they? Is it beer?
It's beer.
This is ridiculous. Just edit this.
This is why our videos take so long.
Yeah. Can I interest you in a whatever that is?
Yes.
Oh, it's a hazy pale ale.
Ooh, malty.
Oh, sweet. Enjoy in moderation.
On the back of it. This has got to be the most Kiwi setting for a podcast ever, doesn't it? Beers on the back of a ute.
Oh, hang on. This is strong enough. We're going to flee up. Okay, wait for it. I'm going to officially jump the shark. Look at that.
Yes.
I jumped the shark. Move over, Fonzie.
So that's right. We're at the launch of the BYD Shark. We are down here in Te Anau. We today went deeper underground, to quote the song.
Yeah.
Down to the Manapuri Power Station.
That was amazing.
It's an impressive piece of kit. What do you think?
Where do you start? I mean, okay, easiest way to answer this. Like when I did the first review of the pre-production version, I asked, I think, a fairly cheeky but pertinent question. Like comparing this to the Ford Ranger Raptor, which is the most similar in terms of specs and performance and range and economy and price and all that. Yet this is still like, at least at the time, was 24 grand cheaper than the Ranger Raptor?
I think a Ranger Wild Track's probably a fairer comparison, but that's where you go.
Yeah, acceleration is what I meant to. Because if you want a high performance ute, the Ranger Raptor is the one to get. It's a twin turbo V6, Right, it's still slower than this.
Cheers, by the way.
Oh, cheers, yeah. So, and this is, several grand cheaper. And uses less fuel. And it's got more toys, and a bigger battery, and vehicle to and DC charging. I sound like a BYD shill, as many have you pointed out. Yeah, it's like, oh, you're a China shill. I've been called a China shill twice now because China just happens to be making the better vehicles. That being said, before China was making the better vehicles, it was called a Tesla shill. So basically, I'm a shill of whatever country or company is making the best vehicles, and I'll drink to that.
Yeah. And 800,000 people now have watched you being a shill.
That just means that 800,000 people had terrible taste. It's true. It's like I got when we got on the plane to come down here.
Yes.
Someone pointed out oh, I love your content. Man. It's like, well, clearly you have terrible taste. It's like you can do better, man. Come on.
So now, so he's the funny guy. I'll talk about this on a basic level.
No, he's the facts guy. He knows.
We've both driven the pre-production cars. You can watch his video. You can watch my video. They're different, but yet both high quality productions.
Like us.
Yeah, exactly. I think the biggest difference between this car and the production car and the pre-production car.
Is that me or you?
It's not me.
Someone else. No, sorry.
is that the suspension is quite different.
Oh, see,
The pre-production.
this is a pre-production?
No, this is a production.
But it's got shiny wing mirrors.
Oh, okay. Maybe not.
No? Okay.
The consensus amongst the people today is that the pre-production was a little bit bouncy. We all commented that.
Yeah.
I have driven the production one now, even if this isn't.
I haven't.
And it is a lot different. It's far more planted, far more stable. Yeah, it's interesting. We were doing some testing recently, and that you'll see soon, that came down to we're testing this versus a car with $250,000. And people seemed, I can't say anything more. That's another deadline. And people really were a bigger fan of this over the car that was worth $250,000.
Fascinating.
They didn't, and that was on a quality perspective. They didn't feel like they're stepping down. So yeah, interesting. Tomorrow we're going off-roading. Today we're at the Manapuri Power Station, and a bit of time on the road today. You might have seen the posts on social. But yeah, really, really impressive and good to see the BYD badge getting out there. Good to see some electrified ute options getting out there. We've got a lot coming. There's this in market now. We've got the Great Wall Cannon plug-in hybrid coming. We've got the
Leap motor.
Ford Ranger plug-in hybrid coming. Oh, no, they're doing the Leap? Are you?
Leap motors. No. Sorry, we're just talking about you.
Sorry, you're talking about you.
Oh, sorry. I just hear what I want to hear. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. That's what happens after several glass and whatever. Yeah. Interesting. I remain a big fan of this car, and so often these days we're given Chinese pre-production vehicles to test, and they might finesse this off for a bit by the time it gets to market, but it's not that different. Chalk and cheese, I reckon, a really big step forward, and they've already sold quite a good number. They did nearly 200 in January. Be interesting to see what they do going forward.
So you say like chalk and cheese, but the pre-production version that we both had the same vehicle, that was for a pre-production car. That was pretty good.
It was pretty good, but the ride has moved forward.
Oh, okay, right. Yeah.
Sorry, you haven't driven. Yeah, we thought we were getting a production one today, but we jumped into the one car in the fleet that I think was. Of course. But it had a pretty canopy.
And it has a very pretty canopy.
Yes. If you are ordering a Shark, go jump online to M2. They're a great company down in Nelson. They build some amazing canopies. Really like them. But yeah, you're very much an EV man. How is your EV soul handling the PHEV element?
Well, it's taken a little bit of mental readjustment, and a bit of deep thought and reflection on my part. Okay, obviously everyone would love it if we had the technology that everyone could drive electric everywhere, all the time, for everything.
Yeah.
We're not that far off from that, but we're not there yet. No. And that being said, look, if we can get typical farmer, typical tradesperson, typical Joe Blogs, as we found out when in Auckland, most utes seem to be owned by accountants and managers, we can get them to just drive a vehicle, whether it's this or some other, that for 90% of their driving eliminates their carbon footprint. But why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
It's like, but it's not just carbon footprint, because as soon as you say carbon footprint, you think, carbon footprint, woke, and all those other words that I don't quite know what they mean. It's about cost as well. Mm-hmm. If you run on electric, it costs effectively nothing, virtually nothing. If you're running it off your solar panels, nothing.
Yeah.
Other than road user charges, which for a plug-in hybrid are 36 cents per 1,000 k or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's $36 per 1,000 k.
Yes.
Which is nothing,
Yeah. It's interesting. Like, I haven't owned a petrol car with the exception of I have a 8-year-old Mitsubishi Mirage that's well and truly paid its carbon debt, sitting still at the bottom of my company fleet.
Was that in 3-cylinder one?
Yeah, we call it the Mirari in our office.
I had a Mirage. Well, I had a Mirage. Yeah. 82 Mirage.
Wow. Well, I learned to drive in one. Yeah. They're cool.
Was it super shipped?
No. The first one wasn't. It was more rust holy. It hit the stage 1 lightning. The rust holing.
Stage 1 lightning.
So I haven't had a petrol car in my fleet for a long time, and I kind of really want one of these. And I think my wife kind of really wants one of these. But yeah, we'll see. It's not been the greatest year for the media, apparently. But still, $69,990. That's pretty solid.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
It's not the only thing we've seen down here. There is a car that we totally can't talk about. But all I will say is watch both of our channels at Wednesday, 10 a.m.
10 a.m. Wednesday morning.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. if nothing else, to watch us get to play with some stupidly fun camera equipment. For at least 3
It was
or 4
amazing. So, obviously we can't talk about too much, but this is the first time, I don't know if you've ever done this before, because you've been in this game a bit longer than me, but we followed a car with a gimbal, a camera on the back of the car, like this full-on, like, super suction cup mounted thing.
Yep.
And we were talking on walkie-talkies, and they said, okay, get uncomfortably close. So, I was following, you were in the camera car, and I'm following in a different car. And to get, to be doing, 85, 90 Ks an hour with 1.5 meters behind the car in front, it's really quite stressful. And they were saying, like, okay, if you just want to do your bit to camera now, it's like, I can't do it at 85 Ks an hour with a car 1 meter in front of me. It's like, can we let's do it after we've done this season?
Especially with me driving the camera car, and I've been erratic at the best of times.
No, you're smart. I could see you seeing the hazards up ahead, so I was prepping for those. But yeah, no. 10 a.m. Wednesday, both our channels. Check it out.
Yes. And now we're going to drag in to totally not talk about that. And he totally hasn't been drinking either. Mr. Warren Warmop from BYD.
Oh, so he leapt the shot. I jumped it.
I'll just preface by saying my PR team and the marketing manager have totally advised me it's being here right now.
Right. No, we'll keep us safe. We're right.
Can I sneak in him?
Yeah, totally. Totally.
How are we, guys?
So,
Have you got a license for those legs?
Yeah.
He hasn't that much to drink, I promise.
Gavin ranging extra. It was delicious.
he's proving he's the right man to sell a ute to market. I mean, utes and beers.
Oh, that's such a nice whiskey.
You must be happy with this vehicle.
I have to say, for a first-generation vehicle, BYD have listened. We've had a lot of involvement both here in Australia and New Zealand in developing it, and they've got it 99.9% correct for our market. I'm very happy.
What's the point one?
Well,
to pick one.
That's a good point. That's a good question.
where the tow bars are mounted, the tow chain hook is too far back.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to move that.
That's the same, and I know it's not even the same design. That's the same with my Edo 3 tow package, the factory-approved tow package.
Yeah. So, you got to remember in China they don't ever tow anything. It's a rare thing for them. So, there's been a lot of development in it. But
Sorry, live tweaking here. I'm just going to...
Actually, is my mic on? I don't think it is.
Yeah, no, your mic's on.
Okay, great.
You got a red dot, right? Yeah. It means you're either getting shot or you're...
He's colorblind.
It means you're either going to get shot or your microphone. It's one of the two. Let's go take this again. But remember, guys, we're going to put this out pretty much unedited. So we're going to...
That's all right, Ada.
There we go.
People have seen my videos. They seem much worse.
It's all right.
No, neither am I.
Castles, yeah.
Castles, if you're interested, we do not recommend this. We're not trying it. No, we're not trying it, obviously. No. Going straight out
The
of bed.
PR team placed the car here and they will take the team away.
But I have to ask, did you guys have a highlight today?
Ooh.
You've had a big day. I mean, Brent was pretty good. The spuds were good.
They were very good spuds. Yeah.
The bacon. I was disappointed that there was the bacon. We got served giant bowls of bacon. Look, this sounds terrible. We're not bought off by these companies, genuinely.
No.
Yeah. But I'm disappointed the bacon didn't make its way to the car. Highlight of the day. Right, so we went to Lake Manapuri and the generation hall, but going down multiple levels in the generation hall was crazy.
To know that there's hundreds of meters.
I was watching you both, right? And you were in where the turbine was.
Yeah.
And there was no safety.
Yep. No.
And I could see you in particular. You just wanted to reach out and touch that spinning. Was it that obvious?
Just down to the bone, just a little, please let me touch the spinning grating thing.
Now, another aspect to that was that we had, and I'll get this name right, hopefully, Nick Rebelliard.
Rebelliard?
Yep.
Yes.
So he's the head of property for
Head of procurement and facilities. And
for Meridian, and he spoke to us, and it's stuff I already knew, but it was good to see, and I hate using this term, our friends in the mainstream media hearing this, that New Zealand does have enough generation, not necessarily right now, but planned and permitted to deal with electrification. And it was good to see someone say that in a really digestible way. I'm not saying it's a highlight, but I think it was really important today. I thought the thing we can't talk about was a little bit of a highlight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gavin,
was that a surprise for you guys?
I genuinely wasn't expecting it. So yeah, no, you're right.
I'd hoped for it. Honestly, I hoped for it.
Do you know where we were? We were 200 meters.
I know.
2 kilometers.
I know. When you think about it,
in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And to have that.
there
underground,
like
a new freshwater species of aquatic animal.
that was striking. And of all the places, it's only in retrospect I think, what a brilliant location for. I can't talk about it. That sucks. We can't talk about it.
I think your highlight was the Renault Twizy.
Well, that was only because remember when they came out? This is back in the wild days of EVs, where there were only weirdo freak nut job cars out there, like ones that I had, like the iMove, the Peugeot Ion, and the Citroen C0, and the first generation Leaf. That was not too weird, but there were a lot of weird cars at that time, like the Mitsubishi van, the iMove van. You know,
Do you know what? Quadricycles have a place. So I tried. I used to work for Renault New Zealand, and I sold those. Those. Well, yes, I'm the Southern Hemisphere's number one selling Renault Twizy salesman.
don't put that on your seagull.
But no, they have a place, and they go well in Europe, and there is a place for quadricycles. It's just a shame our government here, or NZTA, doesn't recognise them as a valid car.
So what we're talking about here is that the Renault Twizy, they actually have 2 of them at the...
They had 2. I think they
Had
sold
2.
one. So
So-
one's ended up in private hands.
At the facility, because they can only take electrified or diesel vehicles down into the mine. They can't take petrol vehicles.
Why?
And so they...
Fire risk.
Things go Bernie.
Well, but Facebook told me that combustion vehicles never combust.
I was surprised since 20 years, I can tell you. Firsthand.
I am being a feces fish.
So there was a bit of a reunion for me. I've driven that very Twizy.
Yeah, serious.
I have driven both of the Southern Hemisphere's Twizies.
I used to take it to the KFC drive-through a dealer plate. So from Green Lane up to
Well, that was my next question. How do you drive them?
Well, on a dealer plate under a prototype manufacturer's exemption that we had for a year. But yeah,
I haven't driven them on the road, so I drove the blue one. There's a blue and yellow one.
there's a blue one and a yellow one that topped out at 82 kilometres an hour. We
So
up and downs actually.
So I drove the blue one around Red New Zealand headquarters, and I drove the yellow one through the building at EV World one year.
Right.
Yes.
So you've got 2-seater, right? Front and back. There's
Yeah. The tail, you know.
And the highlight feature of them had Bluetooth.
Oh, God.
So you could,
You steal my thing.
You option doors on yours.
No, so yeah, we did.
Didn't you get like, if you get like
a Meridian,
what do you call
on them?
foreskins or whatever that you wrap the side around?
What?
Not foreskins, but you know what I mean. It's got the door skins. Yeah, it's close enough.
Meridian did speed flash out. I saw it. They put the windows on.
I saw that they had those.
They bought those
like
in.
first generation mini sliding windows. Yeah.
If you dive back to the very start of my chat, I think it was one of my first videos was that Renault Twizy drive. Yeah.
It's a very fascinating place and a great road down there as well.
Yeah.
The Wilmot Pass.
That's where this is going.
Wrong number of L's.
Yeah.
They had it in 1L back then, in the olden days. But
Yeah.
It was a simpler time. Some complicated things.
Let's ask you a few harder questions.
Oh, there we go.
no,
Not for me.
what's going
You did two. You
She's
did
got a puncture.
You did 200 of these in January.
Yes, that was because we could have done more. Unfortunately, our wonderful suppliers, they didn't believe me when I told them about the volumes and the customers that we've got coming. So there's like one mold at the canopy supply. So we've still got a lot of backload to come through. Yep.
How many do you think you'll be selling on an ongoing basis? Is it 200 a month from here on in, or is it 100 a month?
It's easy 200 a month. I mean, the biggest feedback I get back on this vehicle, and we're doing a lot in the fleet space. Obviously, we've got a lot of mums and dads and private buyers. The biggest feedback we get from fleets is, this is a great truck, but it's too nice for our staff.
That's the comment you said yesterday that's
Yeah.
stuck in my mind. The idea of a manager seeing a car that's just well appointed and saying, no, it's too nice for our frontline staff. Maybe for the managers, but not for the frontline staff.
It's the feedback we
I want
get.
to slap that person.
But we're like, this is
But the frontline staff are people.
This is the standard of car that you should expect today in 2025.
Fair enough.
There are other ute platforms out there that are very, very old. Some of them are over 20 years old, and they're still selling that same ute. And here we have something that's brand new. That level of spec is just what you expect.
Come on, Doge would never stand for that level of Doge. Excess and inefficiency.
You thought this podcast couldn't get any worse. We're just introduced Doge.
Perception's reality, right? So I have had fleet managers that we've given out this vehicle to, and they've said it's too nice. So we say, okay, we'll take it away. We give them another vehicle, the same spec, and you just put some canvas seat covers on.
Make it
And
shit.
he goes, this is the low seat.
Shit apply it, and it's suddenly great. That's bollocks. When I come to power, those people will be shot.
I might have put some steel wheels on it as well. But aside from that, it's the same car. And this is okay for our staff. So
That's madness.
it is.
Yeah.
But something I'm really excited about for all our BYD models is very shortly we hope to get the API feeds from the car. So it's all the sensors, all that data can be pushed through. And if you're a fleet, you can get all that information straight through. So it means like rebating back your rucks and, seeing locations and speeds and all that sort of stuff. You have no need to install third-party hardware. The car can do it.
My obvious question is, what about hacking? What about, or not so much hacking, is selling that data onto unscrupulous third parties?
Well, the data is pretty secure, right? So the data is just coming from the car and it's going where you nominate it. So in this case, it will go through to NZTA and then through to your fleet management company.
Okay, just assume, just for a moment, if you can use your imagination, assume I'm a moron. Shouldn't be too hard. You shouldn't need a lot of imagination for this. But what does BYD do with the data?
Well, the data is not stored at BYD, right? So the data that we collect, well, look, I've got 3 pages of technical information that we can go through. I've had far too many beers to explain it, but we don't actually hold any of the data. So all that live data can be pushed through to wherever you want it. The actual collection of data, or the only thing that we collect at BYD is the customer's email address if they specify it, their name, their surname. We hold that at BYD New Zealand. There is a small amount of data that's held in the servers in Australia. Nothing else goes back to China. It's just the live data feed from the car. China can actually pick that up and push that through to NZTA's processing agent, a company called Compass IoT. And then they can push it out wherever you want it. So it's your data.
No.
Yeah. But I have had a few beers and I'm probably explaining it very poorly.
No, that's
So we'll cover that up.
I'm understanding it.
Like my team will cover.
It seems to me that the data is not going back to BYD and the Chinese government. However, I've always had the opinion, if the Chinese government really wants to know how many times I go to Burger King on my way home, I don't really care. I don't really care.
I'm sure you've got more to worry about from your iPhone or your Google or,
Yeah, that is.
Or your Tesla?
Well, my Tesla's borrowed from from a good friend of mine. What's the dude on Facebook? Keep calling him is my sugar daddy. What's his name? Yeah. Oh, it's hilarious.
Have you just forgotten the name of the man who's lent you his
No, not Greg. No. It's the other dude. He's hilarious on Facebook. Why have I forgotten my name? Is this what getting old is like?
We've broken him. We've broken him. Now,
Andrew Cottingcole, I think his name is.
right.
He's hilarious. Okay.
But would you guys buy this year? You guys are target market for this year.
Me? I'm the target market. I'm not a guy.
Still with their 40s, you know?
I like the Shark, and I probably would. I've always suggested I'll probably wait till you have an electric vehicle, and we'll get to that in next shortly.
The look on your face,
Surely.
Yep.
But this is more electric than I ever expected it to be.
That is true.
And that I always expected it to be very much like a lot of other PHEVs, and that it's electric to a point.
Well, we've got these 3 power sockets here. Like when you guys turned up, we had a fridge with beers in it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I was trying to have a dryer, but I couldn't get one in Queenstown to pull your overalls out of.
Yeah.
It's
It's electric. A lot of the plug-in hybrids are electric to a point, and then they're very bad petrols.
Yeah.
This is not that case.
That's it. They seem to do the worst of both worlds.
Yeah. This is electric with the addition of a little bit of a petrol hum after 70, 80, 90 kilometres, depending what you're doing.
We try and call it a super hybrid because it's really, this is the best hybrid technology that you can get in the market today.
Well, I mean,
Unless you're my ass.
it's your what?
My rear end has
I thought so. That's what you said.
my rear end has yet to recover from doing 1,200 kilometres in one stint in a Sea Lion 06.
So
I've still got syntax error in DOS 3.0 in my brain. I'm like, what? That command to file then? What? My ass?
well, I am talking about BYD and asking them to send what we call so this is DMI Series 40.
You're threatening violence with this. You are threatening my
Series.
You're seeing an inflatable pillow.
So the length of New Zealand, does anybody know what it is? I think it's like 2,036 kilometres.
It's about right. Yeah.
So our DMI Series 5 technology will do 2,100 Ks on the WLTP on one tank of fuel and one charge. That's more than the entire length of New Zealand.
How big's the tank?
60 litres.
Okay, that's a decent tank.
Yeah.
For those who are wondering why I'm talking about that trip, if you read, I think it'd be December issue of New Zealand Auto Car, or about the same time EVs and Beyond. That's right. EVs and Beyond has taken over Auto Car. The EV guys are taking over the mainstream. I, with a friend, drove a BYD Sea Lion 6 non-stop from Auckland all the way to Timaru. Annoyingly, the car had not run out of energy yet. I have to say energy rather than fuel, I guess. So we had to turn around and come back north because we couldn't go any further south because we had a meeting the next day. Yep. It just would not stop going.
Bring back the energy-wise rally, I say.
Yeah.
Let it go.
It was actually interesting today because the power station we're in today, we they took a BYD Shark down there, but we'd been told they could not have any petrol vehicles down in the power stations.
Crazy, yeah.
And I chatted to the guy, and it's because that Shark has no petrol in its tank, the one they had down there. And I recalled our trip. Yeah.
No, I had to drain the petrol out before I sent it there.
Yeah. But we ran out of petrol about 30, 40 kilometres before we stopped moving when we were doing that long distance test.
Even if you run out of petrol,
You can run totally on petrol.
Electric, yeah.
And we got within about 500 metres of a charger when we ran out of energy.
Yeah, we're recording. Come and join the podcast.
Sorry, just Brian, like he's I should never driven one.
Oh no, we can't add that. It's fine. It's okay.
We're on a podcast, Harry, and we're not allowed to talk about that car.
But just come in here for a second, Harry. Yeah, it was not listen. Come in here for a second. People aren't ready.
This is Harry, and he didn't say 3 letters just then.
Yeah.
No, just that. If you want the keys to a certain car, you can message Rebecca from PR, who's advised me not to be here right now.
What a bunch of amateurs we are. You see, you got these? Yeah. Well, I've had a few beers. None of us can drive.
Which colour?
You are Coke, suffix.
Which colour beep are you after?
Any driver.
What did I have to keep?
Oh, here you go. Take that one. What have you got? That's the blue one.
There you go.
That's the blue vehicle.
That one's a shark.
That's not the one that let's drive tomorrow morning, is it?
No, he's parked all right.
Okay, all right. Good.
Harry from BYD Australia, our chief
You need to come into the middle. You need to
Come join the show. Just look straight down the barrel and wave.
So you forget Thomas, who is hey, content creator of our day. That's right. That's right.
Look at us. Good. Big bunch of hacks all here.
Yeah. We call this segment. What do we call this? EVs and beers.
No.
This is trade wreck. EVs and trade wreck. Bears ate the shark. Bears on the shark.
All right. There you go. So Christchurch just fire this. There you go, Harry.
I'm somehow being forced out of my own show.
Richard.
Oh, classic. Right.
We're going to go for Gavin, the undisclosed.
No beers.
No,
Just a second. You can all thank Harry. Harry is the engineer that comes across to New Zealand and tweaks all the BYD products.
Well, not just Harry. How big's the engineering team in Australia? 25?
Yeah, 25, yeah.
25 engineers based in Australia that come across to New Zealand to make sure that our cars are right for this market. Name any other car company that's got actual head office engineers based in the market by that. I don't think there's any.
No.
Yeah, we've got a hardware team and a software team.
Yep.
Looking at all aspects of the car to make sure that it's good for New Zealand roads, and I'm up to expectations. Yeah, pretty good.
Perfect. Great. Thanks, buddy.
All right.
Cheers. Now, for those viewers still here after all that junk,
Jesus Christ.
do not look in the background in the next 2 minutes for something passing through.
Lane wreck.
It's all right.
I said before, I had already decided I'll get a ute at some point because my wife is very good at putting lots of sand in her Atto. I prefer the sand a bit.
Atto. Is that a euphemism?
Well, we live at the beach.
Oh, okay, right.
When will you have an electric ute?
So this is an issue, right? So there are electric utes available right in the market. But here in New Zealand and Australia, if you're driving a light passenger vehicle or a commercial vehicle, it's Class NA. It is written into the Transport Act that that vehicle has to have a GVM or gross vehicle mass of 3,500 kilograms. Okay? So this vehicle currently, with our Blade battery, weighs 2,760 kilos.
Okay.
That leaves X amount of room for passengers and payload. So our payload on this vehicle is quite light, 790 kilos. Not that it can't take more because of the legislation.
Right.
So if you want a full electric ute that will do 400 k's plus, you've got to have at least 800 or 900 kilograms of batteries, right? Which means your payload's low.
That's the same problem that Ford have been talking about in the US, isn't it?
Well, I'll give you an example. So our company is Atico Automotive. We're a private importer. We represent Jeep and Ram and Maserati and others. We have an electric ute from another brand in our warehouse at the moment. I won't say what it is.
Ram REV?
1 ton. No, it's 1 ton ute. It's another brand that we currently represent, right? And it's it'll do 400 k's range. It's a nice 1 ton ute. Okay, but
Can we start throwing our names?
and I've driven it. No, we can't.
To start with an R?
No. But anyway, it drives well.
Okay. Yep.
But because the batteries weigh so much, right? the payload.
You heard it here first, people.
The total payload is 300 kilograms.
Yeah, but
So I had to ask, but how much do you weigh? Like I weigh 100 kilograms. So if there's 3 of me in the car, it's a 5-seater car. Well, you can't put.
You weigh
anything-
100 kilograms?
I do.
How? The same height as me. How tall are you?
it's all muscle.
173.
It's all,
I used to weigh 124.
it's all muscle and salesman's bravado.
Something like that.
Yes, right.
I don't have a life. I work and I go to the gym.
And full carafe. Yeah.
It might be 97. I know
It's an inside joke. We're not going to explain.
But yeah, but the thing is,
But yes, I would halve that payload, basically.
yeah, that's right. So what you hit the train? Nothing. And a lot of people give me shtick about this Ute only being able to tow 2,500.
But 90% of rangers are running around Auckland with nothing in them.
Nothing in it. You see that not T60 video.
It's not that the vehicles aren't capable. It's that the legislation is there and set for 3.5 tons. So
See, this is the problem with fueled vehicles, isn't it? What on earth is
That's
that?
not him. That's this Farmer Joe on his piece of 1930s
Don't
cracker.
point them towards the thing pulling out of the driveway right now.
That's behind
what do we learn in town after? You learn in town at a pub? They don't know what a tab is.
They don't know what a tab is.
And when you ask for a GST receipt, it took me about 20 minutes to work out what that was.
Yeah, and every time you assume where the waitress is from, it's never where you think it's from.
You have asked 3 people if they're from France, and they've all been from Chile.
I should add, I'm not very smooth. Although that being said, I have you were hitting. I prepped for this. I've learned an important key phrase in several different languages, and I got to use it on 2 waitresses tonight. First of all, I got to on the French waitress. Mon chien est tombé.
She was from Chile.
Hey, wait.
It was a French one as well. It was a French one.
They're from Chile,
No, the first one was French. The second one was Chile. And the second one, the second one I got to use it in Spanish, which is no, what was it? Mi perro está en llama. Ha, ha. I'm not going to explain.
Well, I'm going to actually use some real Spanish, seeing as she's from Chile.
Shit.
Una cerveza, por favor?
This is another beer. Would you like another beer?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so no, well, my phrase is it's the same phrase I've learned
They're behind you.
in Chinese as well. For our
Oh, God.
Chinese watches.
I have problems when I go to China and translate.
我的狗，
Don't go down that track.
去小火了，我的狗小是，我的狗小火了。And in Slovak, of course, is Mój pies je flamenoch. Basically, in several languages, I've learned the phrase "my dog is on fire." Haven't quite found a use for it, but if I'm ever in China or Spain or Slovakia or whatever, and my dog does burst into flames,
Do more use in Korea, mate.
sorted. Oh God, I don't know what in Korean.
Oh, well, now I've got to edit the podcast. Now I've got to remove stuff. That's okay. We can't hear it.
No,
it's
no,
roadworks time.
Oh, they're doing roadworks, right? I said.
They're doing road painting.
Great at 2 a.m. My room's right there.
It's light, it's raw, it's raw.
Exactly. It's amazing what Adobe Podcast can pull out of the audio as well. So, So anyway, we talked all that fat. Simple answer. Will you guys have an electric ute at some point?
Look, the answer is yes at some point, but what needs to happen is either legislation needs to change or ECE or ADR rules need to change, or we need to get into solid-state batteries, which weigh a lot less, which are coming. We're looking at production of those in 2028 and onwards. So, solid-state battery weighs, 20% of the weight of a traditional NZ battery.
Yeah. But basically, I'm horribly biased because I love electric cars. I've owned 30 or 31, I'm losing track, 31 cars in my life. But since I've discovered electric, I can't go back because it's just better, it's cleaner, it's cheaper, it's faster, it's quicker.
There is still a place for petrol and plug-in hybrid, and BYD are developing both technologies.
But even with a plug-in hybrid,
Yeah.
it costs less.
Yeah, absolutely.
And even if you hate your children, you want the planet to burn in a ball of flames, you're still saving money. It costs less.
But and with this, we're talking to civil emergency services and those sorts of things that are looking at trialing the vehicles. You have all the benefits of the petrol, but the resilience all the benefits of EV, but the resilience of petrol when you add it out. So,
Which we had the example, with the EV, the example of EV resilience a few weeks back. I live in Mangawhai and we had a tornado. We lost power. And I was able to, my fault, no one else in my household, genuinely, had forgotten to charge the car. So we had to pop down the road to the plug-in save charger, which has a 200 kilowatt hour battery in it.
Really?
Charge up the car, take it home, and I ran my water pump and tried to run the internet. The internet was down as well. And a whole pile of key things for yesterday. Yeah, good reminder.
That's the beauty of a vehicle to load. This is it's a deal breaker for me. If I were to buy a new electric car, vehicle to load's a deal breaker. It's
I just don't understand manufacturers that don't.
neither do I. Neither do I.
And don't allow it.
It's
Such a.
I mean, you're terribly biased because you sell one of these things, but
all in our pocket.
But it is, in a lot of situations, it's literally a lifesaver. If you've got an oxygen machine, if you've got a breast enlargement machine, if you've got anything.
Like it's a CPAP, and I multiple times now I've run my CPAP off V12.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, in Australia and New Zealand, we've had cases where we've had an emergency. BYD sent cars down. We sent them down with Gabriel.
Yep.
Down to Hawke's Bay, and they ran a dialysis machine for the car for over a week.
Every electric car should have it, in my opinion, in my worthless opinion. And it's one of the reasons why it would be very difficult for me to buy a Tesla car at the moment, because, for other reasons. But for the main reason is that...
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we're not going there. I try to stay fairly neutral on these videos, but
My heart goes out to you.
it's not easy. Oh, don't. Don't. But yeah, it would be hard for me to buy a Tesla vehicle, or there's a lot of Stellantis vehicles that don't have vehicle to load either. It's hard for me.
But they're generally so cute. And if we distract, let's don't do it.
I love the E208. I think about it weekly.
The E208.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I am thinking about the new Panda.
Oh, that too. It's so cubist. And you can get it in brown.
And it's got a built-in charge cable.
You can get it in brown.
Brown. And you can order a base model without a giant infotainment screen, because you carry an infotainment screen in your pocket.
Yes, of course, yeah.
How genius is that?
This is a great idea. Like for basic bare bones cars, just have a place where you can either project through Android Auto or that other Apple crap straight to the screen. Because everyone's got a supercomputer in their pockets now. For a bare bones option, maybe you can just give customers the option.
Probably won't come here, and if it does come here, it'll be like 50 grand.
Well, we are New Zealand, a sales economy, David.
Yeah, right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
We choose to drive on the correct side, and we pay for that privilege.
And we are in the middle of nowhere. Shipping's hard to get here,
Yeah.
It's exchange rates are terrible. Anyway, that's how we can distribute us.
Now, without saying what it is, how excited should bloody petrol cars? How excited should people be about this thing that's going to go live on our channels at 10 a.m. next Wednesday?
You know what? I should stop being surprised. I've been doing this long enough. I should stop being surprised when BYD launches a new model, how just good they are.
Could you please start making some crap cars? Because people keep calling me a shill, because BYD and MG both make fantastic...
Well, here we go. This is the same thing, like we've said about it before. These fleets are coming out and saying the cars are too nice. BYD do a luxury brand called Denza, and I can tell you those cars are nice. They come with fridges and like pie warmers and 1,000 horsepower and tank turns, and then we've got the supercar brand Yangwang. And those are super luxury. We're talking 22 speakers, 9 TV screens, they float on water.
But are they coming here?
Yes.
What? Really?
Absolutely.
BYD
said it publicly.
I could have a BYD U8 in New Zealand.
At some point in time, it might be 2028, or it might be a bit long, but you guys, you will have seen that there are right-hand drive U8s.
There is
other places.
There's been one spot in Australia running around with a bright orange shark, and that colour's coming to New Zealand.
Yes, I don't know if we're going to call it Outback Orange. Maybe we should call it...
Can we get suggestions in the comments for what they should call the orange shark?
What kind of orange is that?
Crayfish Orange.
My bet's on John Dory. John Dory's kind of orangish.
I showed them.
We can run a competition right now if you want.
Yeah, I think road cone orange or safety orange.
Road cone, that's very Kiwi.
Yeah.
Road cone orange is very Kiwi. That's a national symbol.
Orange.
What? What?
Work safe in Z Orange?
Yeah. Health and safety made orange. I spoke at a fleet conference and I put up a video of the U8 doing its party trick, which is swimming. And I pointed out to them, imagine doing the paperwork when your staff member takes their U8 fishing on the weekend.
Oh, no.
And there was a mixture of laughs and also terror.
Realization.
At the possibility of that happening.
That little box on the insurance form's never going to be big enough, is it?
To be fair, don't expect much change out of 500 grand for that car. But,
I have seen it in person in China.
Beautiful thing.
It is. I've seen it moving on the road and also at a show. It is very impressive.
It's big.
It is huge.
I've never been to China. I want to see it.
Are you guys going to bring in the Bao 5, which is very closely related to this we think?
Well, we're going to have a car for every Kiwi, a car for every segment in the light vehicle market. So I won't commit to individual models, but Yeah, that's definitely.
What about something hatchbackish? Something small. And we've got the Dolphin. I love the Dolphin.
Ocean
Wow.
series? Have you seen that car?
That Ocean is pretty sweet.
How big's the Ocean?
It's a bit smaller than a Seal, but not as small as an MG4. But it looks like a bit of a it looks like a kind of touring car hatchback.
Just slightly small, because the MG4 is a great hatchback. It looks fantastic, great specs. It's just a little big for just a couple.
So you want something like Dolphinish?
Dolphinish, or even smaller. Just a few millimeters smaller.
Seagull is also
What to do, like a Dolphin Mini, or
if there's a market for it, BYD's been quite committal to the market, a car for every part of the segment. So you want a two-seater sports car? It's coming. You want a van? It's coming. It might not be coming tomorrow, but we have a 5-year plan with BYD. And
she's Cyberster.
look, the aspirations of BYD, we want to really have a car to replace every single combustion engine in the market.
Right, that's enough.
I've plugged.
That's enough BYD. So we're going to boot Warren out now because we need to talk about a few non-BYD things.
Now we can be honest again.
So we can finish up quickly.
There's another six-pack over there, I'm off.
What is it?
All right.
Are you joking? Is he joking?
I don't know. We'll see.
Are you serious? I didn't turn your mic off.
We'll talk. We'll talk. You can bring it over here and I'll turn it off.
There is no more alcohol involved.
There's someone over here who's come look at the shark. You can go sell them one.
Yeah, obviously, like we were sitting here before we started recording. There's a couple of people walking past in this hotel we're staying at, and I heard both the guys that were there commenting like, "Oh, is this a BYD electric pickup truck?" I was like, "Wow, okay, it's turning heads. We're going to turn heads."
So let's run through some things.
Sorry, playing footsie with you.
Yeah. We've both driven Cyberster over the summer.
Yes.
What'd you think?
I loved it. Okay, the ride was average. It's a softer sports car, which is weird. More of a Grand Tourer. Yeah. Let's see, we said the same thing at the same time.
Yeah.
God,
Jates.
yeah,
You know.
3 drinks. Okay.
2 drinks from the box.
What a disaster. Yeah, please tell us in the comments, should we do this again, or is this an absolute disgrace? I loved the Cyberster because it was Grand Tour, it's sort of soft and spongy. But it's a 2-seater sports car. It just felt great.
It is lovely. I would love to spend some time. There's a few misses on there.
Yes.
Every screen in that car is useless.
They're pretty though.
They're useless. But I guess that's the point of a sports car.
No, the right-hand one tells you the weather.
I was trying to do something in the car, and you trigger the process on the left-hand side, then you got to move to the right-hand side.
Sorry, carry on.
But here's my point: is that in a car like that, who cares if the screens are useless?
Well, that's just it. I mean, you're not going to be looking down at the screens like, okay, well, I'm going to do 10,000 Maniacs song and talking about the weather. We're going to concentrate on the roof down and the wind in my what's left of my hair and the crazy, crazy scissor doors. It's wild. Yeah. I love it when car makers take a chance and do something that's weird. And you can't get weirder than scissor doors. How pointless, but it's great.
Yeah, I love it. And it was great. And people watched. Here's an interesting take on how different a electric, I wouldn't call it a supercar, but a high-end GT is to another sports car. I took my daughter for a ride in that car. She was all excited to go for a ride in it.
Yeah.
Roof down, wind blowing, sun shining. She fell asleep in about 2 minutes.
Whoa. Oh, okay.
On the very twisty Mangawhata Langs Beach Road. Many people who've driven there will know. So it's a GT, but very smooth, very quiet, very comfortable.
Falling asleep is not... I had a Lada Niva once, 86 Lada Niva in lime green, and I went up north. This has got like 97 or whatever. Went up north. There are people born today who can drive who were born before then. Can you believe that? So when I come to power, that will stop. But I went up north.
Wait. There's someone on this launch who is younger than my motoring right degree.
Yes.
This is the profound doubt that I'm now one of the old guys.
Oh, no. But you haven't got any grey hair.
I do. In the beard. Wait.
Oh, that doesn't count. Everyone's got grey hair in the beard.
Yeah.
Where the hell was I going? I got distracted by my
driving up north in a Lada.
Oh yeah. And like we were listening to Van Halen in a Lada. You know, Lada Niva has got a very loud transfer case.
More beers these.
Can I take the hazy 80 ones?
I guess.
That's really good. Oh, it's nice and warm. Where did you put this?
Don't answer that. That's toasty. I'll still drink it.
And I had Van Halen playing. I got a loud transfer box, off-road tires. You know, those Soviet era tires that make.
Yeah. So you had a Neva before the American one?
Yeah, I've had two Nevas.
Oh, wow.
Good one, Neva, because I like punishment and I hate joy. And he fell asleep. My mate Adam was in the passenger seat. And we were heading up north to catch up with some mates. We are going to go this stupid teenage nonsense stuff that everyone does, drink far too much and crash into stuff. And just, weren't you glad when you were a teenager that the internet wasn't around? The things we were like, kids today, you're watching this, you think, oh, wow, we do so much stupid stuff. We did the same stuff. It's just there weren't any video cameras around. But yeah, I looked over, like we're going up past Helensville, like 4-speed, Soviet gearbox, loud tires, and it's
the vibration, nice relaxing
it must be
vibration.
that. It must be the vibrations of Soviet cogs.
Or the box of berry you drank the night before.
I've never, ever drunk alcohol in my life. How dare you?
Okay, so moving on to the Cyberster, both agreed. Good, crap screen.
Oh, yeah. No, I love it.
Lead Motor C10.
Oh, I like the Elite Motor C10 for what it represents.
That car is parity.
Parity?
That car is price parity.
Oh, parity. Okay.
That car, as an electric vehicle, is the same price as competitive petrol vehicles.
I hate my haircut. You remember the flock of seagulls?
No.
The band?
No.
The early 80s, New Wave.
I'm aware of them, but not really,
Sorry, carry on.
55,990 for a mid-sized SUV with
All the bells and
trimmings.
whistles, yep.
All the trimmings. Good range. The interior is lovely.
Yep.
The infotainment's not that bad.
And this is from a car company that basically didn't exist 9 years ago.
2016, I think it was founded. 2016?
Yeah.
It's surprising. Only let down, I think, with that vehicle is the warranty. The warranty sucks.
Wait, what was the warranty?
It's only 4 years
Oh, on the battery?
on the car. The battery's longer, but when you're talking about things like MG with 7 years or 10 years, how you doing it, BYD is longer than that in New Zealand. Sorry, Australians, you guys get a shitty warranty on your BYDs.
Well, they're Australian.
Yeah, exactly. yeah. But no, we've got some Australian followers. We need to be careful with that.
They have a sense of humor. They can take a Josh. If Australians, you're weird.
The interesting thing with that car is when I saw
Weird.
all the photos in the run-up, I saw the price.
Yeah.
I thought it was an Atto 3-sized car.
And no, it's
not.
Big. It's big.
Its measures actually bigger than an Outlander. I don't think it feels bigger than an
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
No. Very, very impressive. You liked it?
The only complaints I had were things that are fixable with over-the-air software updates, like the
The bongs.
the bongs and mings and chips and
bongs.
chimes. It's like if you can imagine a Kia, a modern Kia vehicle, after 7 cups of coffee. That's how talkative it was. It tells you everything. Like if you put sunglasses on, it'll beep at you every 20 seconds, telling you your face is obscured. I can't annoy you. Please take your sunglasses off. In the end, you're just like, okay, fine, I'll just stare into the sun. But this is fixable stuff. Yeah, this is such
It is a great first effort from the brand. There's a C13 coming, which is a slightly bigger 7-seat model.
Really?
C13, C12, one of the two.
Where'd they put the seat? The same car, but
No, bigger car.
Oh, the bigger
Another model from Leap Motor.
Okay.
But I think you're quite disappointed they're not bringing the smaller one.
oh, it was like a smaller car.
Yeah.
We've got lots of big cars. Cars are getting bigger and fatter and bloated and lethargic. It's just
Like me.
oh, don't sell yourself short. You're a beautiful human being.
Yes.
Now, look, but I would like to see more compact cars because we all grew up with compact cars. And we and like, what was your first car?
Depends on how you look at it. Either a Talbot Alpine. Wow. The trail that I paid I paid $150 for, side of the road in Beachlands, Warren Fitness and Registration. And back then,
What year was this?
this was 1995.
What year was the car?
It would have been a 83, 84.
Oh, so square.
Beautifully square, Simca engine, the pistol everywhere.
What color was it?
Sorry. I've not been drinking beer.
This is real.
Kind of a browny colour.
So I hope you're going to say brownish.
Yep.
That's glorious.
With the brown interior.
Oh.
Yep. Pretty much a flat floor inside too, which was
Okay.
something that, Talbot had before electric vehicles did. Trailed over there. But back then in Beachlands, the cop would let you drive anywhere you wanted on a learner license. And as long as you leave town.
Those
So
are the days.
So I never that car leaked so much oil it never went any further. But then I had a Datsun 120i and I bought off my friend's grandmother. I bought off Derek Rolfs, who we mentioned earlier, his grandmother, that she'd owned since she'd driven it out of the dealership in Bucklands Beach. So 1976, Auckland was a different place. Biscuit tin wheels, cross-ply tyres,
Yeah.
no optional steering.
Is that us? Did that just beep us?
Yeah, probably.
Did you do that?
Causing trouble.
Okay. Yeah, no, of course not. Okay. It's unlocked? Yeah, I like it.
That got me through my year of studying journalism while delivering pizzas, and doing compression lockups. Anyway, where are we going with the first car? I've got too many beers for all this. There's partying going on in
There's
town.
a party going. It's not the restaurant, because there's a restaurant upstairs at this hotel we're staying at.
You mean God's waiting room? Evening.
There you go. Say hello to the Anyway podcast. Come join us. We're doing a broadcast on the day of the new Chinese BYD Ute.
How many people are going to have?
At least 3.
Do we need this? Do we lean in and say?
You can lean on in. Yeah, we are demonstrating this new vehicle and a lot of other electric vehicles. Yep. Sam,
The microphone towards them, buddy.
sorry. Where are you guys from?
Oregon?
Oregon. I've driven through Oregon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I used to live there. Say.
So just as nice
Is
as
this a Ford? Ford is...
No, it's not a false. It's in China.
this is a BYD.
It's a plug-in hybrid.
Mr. Trump is trying to keep these guys out of America right now.
Oh, no, don't make it look like Korea. Cool.
We don't want us to find out about this place.
Why are you podcasting about a BYD truck?
Because we're incredibly bored. And no, we do this for a living. Somehow, some companies decided to pay us to make it.
We're journalists for vehicles, and we've kind of leaned electric.
Do we like this one?
Do we need
Do we? This is just a really
those?
This is New Zealand. We do that. No, so far I've had this one before. It's a plug-in hybrid, so it's got a 30 kilowatt-hour battery, or 30 units, which means you do about 80 k's on a charge.
Oh.
On
I
electric.
reckon over 100 around town. I found it.
I got 87 out of one charge.
65 every time around on the open road. Mathematically, over 100 around town.
If you drive it nicely, yeah. But then the rest of it, you drive it petrol.
Everything around here is so far away, you can't go for it.
Well, for city usage, or like most tradesmen, they'll for example, if they live in Auckland or Wellington, they'll drive 10, 20 k's a day to go to their job sites or whatever, and then they can use we've got power points here. We've got 3 power points here, 6 kilowatts total. So you can run all your tools and things, charge them on the way to the job site. And I don't sell these things. I don't care if you buy one or not, but they are just fascinating. What brand this is? BYD.
All electric.
No. It's got an electric motor and a petrol engine.
Oh, it does?
So, yeah. It's a hybrid, plug-in hybrid.
Plug-in hybrid.
Yeah. So, I feel like a salesman now. I'm not selling the things. I don't care if you buy it or not. No, it's really cool tech out here.
Because now you're offering the South side. So,
Yeah, we've got real Americans from Oregon right here.
What's the story on why what just say bloggers or podcasters?
Yeah. I'm so sorry for anyone. Well, you changed the angle of the camera. Okay, so now is he shocked? Thank you very much. Where are you guys going?
Well, that's our hotel.
Yeah, so that's why we're here. So just here for that beautiful view.
Tomorrow, just search the EV guys on YouTube.
The EV guys, yeah. You see yourselves here.
World famous EV guys.
We're expecting at least 7 viewers.
we can't buy this.
Not America.
We're gonna leave America.
See? I said we can't buy one of these. Which I make it.
Oh, Rivian's fascinating.
Yes.
Do you own a Rivian? Have you got one?
We don't own one. On the waiting list.
Well, we can't get them here, obviously. Yeah, because the steering wheel's on the wrong side.
So they don't.
That's why you guys haven't had so many accidents over there. You're steering on the wrong side.
Wrong side, not opposite. Here we can say we do it wrong.
So no, this is the Chinese version of the Rivian, and so that's
In a way, yes, that's right. I was like, what's the Rivian they've got? The RX.
Oh, the R2. R2.
Such a good. It reminds me of the Lada Niva. I don't know if you know the Lada Niva.
No, we don't have any.
That's a smaller. That's not a Soviet car. I lived in Boston a couple of years and I had one there. No, I bought it in Oregon and then in Seattle, and it's drove it all the way down back to Florida. The small area, as you do, because I like punishment.
Absolutely. Wow. All right.
We should check the maths on that. Yeah.
it's been a pleasure.
It's been nice to meet you. Thanks for being guests. See, catch you later. Take care. Be your review soon.
Yeah, I'm going to be watching that soon, Fern. Good night.
I need to re-correct the camera.
See, now this is what you get with unedited, unscripted, slightly tipsy podcasts. Would you like more of this? At least tell us in the comments.
Slightly. So yeah, the limo's good. Now, this will hurt your soul slightly, but I'm heading off to España, surely.
See? Yep. I know more than that.
Das cervezas, por favor. To drive that same C10, but with a little bitty range extender motor in it.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Now, it is not like this. The motor cannot connect to the wheels. It's entirely connected to the wheels. And it has, I've got to look at the spec, but it's it's pretty up there. I think it's like it's bigger than this battery. It's a proper electric vehicle with a range extender.
30? No, I'm just...
It's 30 something. 35, I think. Yeah, well, yeah. Don't expect any facts on this shit.
No. This is not factual. This is purely entertainment.
Yeah.
This is one of those videos where you press play, you watch it for 3 minutes, then that alluring next tab, it draws your finger to it to open it up, and then you end up just listening to us in the background. You're doing it right now, aren't you? Come on, close that tab, come back to us.
You know what I do with this kind of video? I put my earpods in, I do the dishes.
Well, that's just
The laptop may even be in the same room. So yeah, that's going to be interesting to drive. Now, you're off on Saturday.
I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it.
Okay.
Oh, no, wait, no. I got permission. No, I did get permission.
But they've announced the car.
There's no embargo in it.
Yeah.
No, we're okay. Yeah, I can announce it. On Saturday, I'm going to Sweden.
Now, you've carbon offset your flights, I'm sure.
I'm expecting Volvo to do that.
Ooh, good.
Actually, I got to check that out because, ironically, if I'm allowed to say this, I think I'm the most carbon-intensive person in the entire Ecotricity crew, even though I am doing my best to keep my carbon down. Everything's offset, of course. Of course it is, with tree planting and stuff like that. But it is an unfortunate byproduct. And it was, I won't lie.
I'm the same. My theory of this, right, is that, and I do what I can to offset where I can as well, is that the number of EVs that I've sold to friends in other years, surely that's an offset.
And I did do my carbon footprint. Yeah, I did do a calculator and all that. And my carbon footprint is about the same as a typical African man, which is pretty tiny. With all my offsetting and reductions and denial of pleasure, I basically have a tiny carbon footprint. So before you write in and complain, my carbon footprint is lower than yours, and I can probably guarantee that. That's my moment of smugness.
Anyway, getting back to the point, you're off to drive the Volvo
the EX. Oh, sorry. Oh God, what is it? The X30. See, I keep getting the acronyms mixed up.
EX30 cross country.
X30, which is this? No. EV30 is the okay.
EX30.
Yeah. EX30 cross country. That's what I'm going to Sweden to drive on Saturday. The only problem is like well, they're sending us to Stockholm in Sweden. I don't know anything about Sweden other than that's where Batman comes from.
I've been there.
In Gotham City. But we're going to be flown in. It's going to be like the Polestar thing in Spain. We get flown in. You go, okay, you've got 45 minutes to get to your hotel room, shower, try and perk your eyes open with toothpicks, and then we start the car reviews. And then you end up, you're like, okay, all right, here's the seminar, here's the car, here's the key, off you go. And you get behind the wheel, you're jet lagged, and the most, this is going to sound ridiculous, but the worst part is that your camera that you're talking to is now over there and on the wrong side of the car. And you keep talking to the pillar and and then, oh God, that Polestar 3 and Polestar 4 launch was so awful. I mean, the cars are amazing, the launch is amazing, choreographed and beautiful, but they sit you behind the wheel of the car and they say, okay, off you go. Here's the destination out in the plains in Spain, which very rarely rain. And you get behind the wheel and suddenly you're in Madrid traffic trying to remember stats and figures in your mind to talk to the camera, which is on the wrong side. And it was a mess. That was not my proudest moment. If you've watched that video, thanks.
But back to the Volvo.
Yeah.
You're driving on ice. So really what you're doing is you're flying to Sweden to drive a car on the ice in a bid to try and save the ice. By being negative towards ice. Vehicles.
Why do you have to make it so cerebral? Can you just dumb it down to my level?
Well, the argument goes, if you're a purist of this, if we don't get more electric vehicles, that ice might not exist to drive on.
I suppose, yeah. We'd have to go to, what's that place up north of Auckland that they do the skiing in?
Oh, Snow Planet.
Snow Planet.
Yeah.
They're all winter testing there.
Yes.
They have done winter testing, haven't they? The cars have been there, right? I'm sure.
Where?
In the Snow Planet. They put cars on that.
I don't know.
Sure, there's been a car on there somewhere. Carologists, if you're watching this, please I'm sure there's a car.
Or
or
snowologists.
snowologists.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Of course, lots of winter testing gets done in New Zealand at the snow farm, which is deep that way.
Yeah, we're in the South Island. I keep forgetting we're in the South Island.
And it's getting very cold here right now.
It is just getting cold. That's why I put on my shirt, under my shirt.
A vehicle that has been tested there is the Cybertruck.
Yes.
That is in Auckland at the moment.
Yes.
And that's about as close to New Zealand as probably going to get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just, can you ever see that ever making it in a right-hand drive? Honestly,
Yeah.
I don't.
No. Well, they're not even making the Model X in right-hand drive. And surely there's some demand for both.
That's the thing. That's the thing. If they can't make the Model X and the Model S competitive price-wise, profitable in the right-hand drive market, what chance does the Cybertruck have?
Elon has suggested they'll make a smaller Ute for global markets, but he's a bit distracted right now.
But forget about, I have to walk
Don't worry.
a tightrope here. Yeah. Okay, regular viewers, people that know me know that I don't have any ill will towards car makers, but I'm just being kind of honest, and that is that I don't see it happening. Tesla is busy with other stuff right now. They don't have any new. They've got the Tesla, the Model Y refresh, the Juniper coming out, which I'm sure many people are waiting for. But other than that, other than the robo-taxi hype, there's nothing else concreted for production. Nothing.
They probably need a smaller car more than they need
And they've
another
promised, and there will be people writing in the comments right now, but they've promised us a small car in 2020.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
It's likely not going to happen. Be realistic. It's probably not going to happen. Look at the big picture. Take the emotion out of it, and just look at the big picture. It's probably not going to happen, which is kind of frightening if you're a Tesla shareholder. I think in the second half, this is going to be really doomy, but I can't see any reason why in the second half of 2025, once the Model Y has gone out and those sales have been fulfilled, what's left in the second half of 2025 for Tesla shareholders? What's left? And this sounds like anti-Tesla. It's not anti-Tesla.
Tesla's
it's
my
just
surprise.
honest.
So
It's realistic.
I am probably on record somebody saying that I didn't believe the Cybertruck would get to production in the form it was shown. And I know they changed it a lot, but it's still pretty close to what they showed initially.
I mean, that's true.
So-
That's true.
So who knows?
But profitability and like the markets are driven on hope and hype and emotion.
Yeah.
And what's happening in the second half of 2025?
Yeah. Hey, look, that all makes Warren very happy.
I had to make him happy, just despite what you might think. We've had him sitting here as if we're all good mates. But here's a car salesman, and we are trying to be objective, although the objectivity does fail a little bit after it. Forward. Gosh, I get kind of full-throat after about 5 beers.
Now, we said we'd do this for like 20, 30 minutes. We're going, what are we at?
We're up to 40, 60, it's a 6.
How much longer should we go?
We should probably wrap up.
So let's talk about the next subject.
What do you think? Should we drag this on longer, or should we just put this out of its misery? We need your feedback because we don't know without your help.
Let's talk about China.
Ah.
Now, I reckon the next time we film one of these, we will be drinking Baoju in China.
Have you tried the Tsingtao Chinese beer?
Yes.
It's good, isn't it?
It's good. It's good.
It's really good.
It's good.
It's kind of nutty.
But is it as good as a $2 New Zealand bottle of like 50% alcohol Baoju from a convenience store that looks like a knockoff of Lawson's?
I'd like to find out.
Yeah, all right.
I'd like to try that.
And we will be. So we will be making it up to China together in the future. I've been a few times lately. I was over there with Zika in December. Zika is impressive, and I'm really excited about it coming to New Zealand. I think it will have a real impact, but not in the volume market. It is a genuine BMW Mercedes Audi competitor.
Oh, really?
I mean, this is a company that after Geely's reshuffle.
You've driven one?
I've driven a few around the track.
I haven't.
And so yeah, that'll be there. I'm going up again later this year for Lotus. You've driven the electric Lotuses.
Yeah,
Pretty funky.
Yeah.
Another Chinese one that's coming is Geely. And I think this is going to have a lot of impact. The Geely X5 is about to land in New Zealand. I'm flying over to Sydney next week to drive that. Smart
Yes. Launching.
coming into New Zealand, I think launching next week.
Yes, I wanted to see that, but I'm going to be overseas.
And I'm going to be taking my daughter to school and back because I've been traveling too much that day.
How crazy clean, eh?
Yeah.
Listen, man, what a time.
So much coming. But yeah, we will be up in China. I don't think we should say with which brand.
We don't know when we're going to China.
Well, it's going to be March. I think it's now going to be May. But I would
excited
say that our next pod, the next time you guys get one of these, it's going to be about 6 months apart. It'll be this.
Well, considering
in China.
we're sitting, this could be the last one. Or it could be the best. You tell us, please tell us. Please interact. I know you're watching this thinking, oh, these guys are just Muppets, whatever. Tell us we're Muppets. Write in the comments, please.
I think this is better than us trying to sit there manufacturing something with some editing.
So this is what we should do.
And it's
drink more often.
Well, I don't really need to delivery drink, but I think it should just be more stream of consciousness. Less of the flashy pictures.
I'm all good for that. I'm all good.
Yeah,
But like, I've never been to China. It's been like, honestly, like as interested as I am to going to Sweden for this Volvo event, where there's going to be 3 cars I'm going to look at. I'm really genuinely excited about the prospect of going to China, because I've heard that you can stand, I don't know if this is true, but I've heard that you can stand on a city street in a modern 10 million populous city, and you don't hear diesel vehicles like that driving past. All you hear is tire noise and chatter in a busy city street. Like, I walked through downtown Auckland a few days ago, and all I can smell and hear is diesels and clanking combustion. And apparently, in modern Chinese cities, that doesn't happen. I can't understand. I can't believe that, but I want to see if that's true.
It's not perfect. I mean, I've been there. There is still an awful lot of smog, though. I think it's more factory smog than car smog necessarily. There are still plenty of petrol vehicles there, but it's certainly reduced. But yeah, it's great. It's a lovely place. I love it there. The people are fantastic. The cars are impressive. The factories are impressive. I love going to the malls there because the ground for every mall has like
It's a car
10
dealership.
different Chinese car dealerships.
It's like Greenland back in 2005, you know?
And cell phone stores have cars in them.
Cell phone stores with cars in them.
Yeah, because of course, half the cars in China run a Huawei OS, and there's other brands that have the same thing. So they put cars in their cell phone showrooms. It's all tied together. It's so cool. The food is amazing. The people are lovely. Just a great place to visit. So I would say that'll be the next time we are there. If I'm mentioning China, bit of a plug here, go check out InsideChinaOrder.com. That's a website that I run with my good friend and fellow YouTuber, Mark Rainsford. He does some great Chinese content if you're out there. But yeah, otherwise, don't forget to go to his channel.
I'm not that important, but yeah, I shouldn't say that. I need to just do some marketing 101.
800,000 people disagree.
Well, yeah, not all of them voted up. Not all of them gave it an upvote, but yeah, okay. If you are interested in electric car reviews with a little bit of cheeky, childish humor and lashings of insecurity, check out Ecotricity New Zealand. There is lots of great content there. I produce weekly content, at least weekly content, on the latest electric cars, clean tech, solar panel installs, all with lots of fun and energy, because clean tech is freaking awesome. I mean, you've got stuff like this, which you can drive this massive, powerful, fast vehicle, and you can drive this on electric mode only, with solar panels, the power that you make on your roof. I mean,
I wonder if there's anyone that's going to do what Meridian's doing with the thing there, and just have one of these and just keep the fuel tank empty.
I didn't know this can run on.
Oh yeah. See, like the Sea Lion, this can as well.
Well, Well, one of the big complaints about the Prius when it came out was like, well, it's the best of both worlds. You've got a pathetic little engine and you've got a pathetic little battery, and look, they create together to create something pathetic. It's like, remember Captain Planet? There was always, there was wind, fire, earth.
He's our hero. He's going to take pollution down to
Yeah,
zero.
yeah, he was. That was what the legend foretold. But then there was always that fifth little loser,
Yeah.
heart. It was like fire, earth, water, heart. Wop, 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 wop. It was just this tragic little dude. I'm sorry, I just lost all my credibility. But yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. And with that, on that bombshell,
I'm sorry.
he's Kiwi EV Adventures or Ecotricity. I'm EVs and Beyond, or now New Zealand Autocar. That's right, the EV guys are taking over. We will see you sometime. I'm not putting a timeline on it. 10 o'clock next Wednesday to find out what the surprise vehicle is. Don't guess in the comments. And yeah, we'll catch you guys all later for more of this. Whatever the freak this is.
We should find a nightclub.
Ooh. No, it's 20 past 10 at night, and I've committed to myself that I will edit this tonight and get this online. And this is nearly an hour. So if I get this online at midnight, we will be really
All
lucky.
right.
Yeah.
Do you want more of this? Tell us. Good night.
Catch ya.